go ahead and kick us off here, though, so we can get started. You all know me. My name is Megan Lassiter. I'm the FCS agent here in Brunswick County, and I have asked Allison Campbell to join us today. She is a health educator in the Brunswick County Health Services department. So she works really close to our building, and she's a very skilled health educator, so I'm excited to see what she has for us today.
Thank you so much, Megan. So I will go ahead and get started. I put together a little PowerPoint. So to get started, we'll start out by defining what is stress. So stress is something that everybody experiences, and it's the body's natural reaction to tension, pressure, and change. And it's not always a bad thing because a certain amount of stress helps to make life more challenging and less boring. So it's not always negative. It can be, positive having a little bit of stress in your life. But when we start to get too much stress, it can be bad for you both physically and mentally. And we know that prolonged unrelieved stress can lead to accidental injury and serious illness. So it can lead into chronic diseases. It can cause, all sorts of health problems for people. So recognizing some of the signs of stress is important. This will kind of help you determine if your stress level is kind of, above normal for you, if it's starting to feel a little overwhelming or a little too heavy. And these kind of go along, looking through the list, you'll kind of see a lot of these go along with, other health conditions as well, such as chronic diseases, so headaches, upset stomach, feeling of being uptight, anxiety, irritability, diarrhea, lack of energy, loss of hope. That's, a more serious sign. Poor concentration, overeating or skipping meals, which can also lead you to have more stress if your body's not getting the nutrients that it needs. Frequent colds, when you're stressed out, you can start, your immune system can kind of feel the effects of that as well. So you will, get sicker more often typically when you're under a lot of stress. Panic attacks, anger, feeling of powerlessness, also another very serious sign. Forgetfulness, indigestion, muscle tension or soreness, grinding or gritting teeth. I know I'm guilty of doing that sometimes if I'm reading, like a lot of emails, or if I'm just trying to get a lot of work done, I'll notice myself kind of like gritting my teeth. So that's definitely one of those for me. Inability to make decisions, sadness or lack of interest, also a very serious sign. Inability to sleep, sleepiness or oversleeping. Sometimes you just feel like your mind's kind of racing when you're really stressed out about things, and it's kind of hard to get sleep. New or increased use of tobacco products, alcohol, or other drugs. We do kind of see that in times like when people are very stressed, they'll kind of use those as, some coping mechanisms. So there are ways to manage stress. There are a lot of different ways. So there's a lot of hope. If you're feeling really stressed out, there are definitely some tools you can use to manage your stress, especially during a time like this. I know it's really important. Think positively and surround yourself by others who think the same. So kind of surrounding yourself with people, have positive energy, people that you can talk to. Avoid the trap of demanding too much for yourself, and get help if tasks are too big for you. That's kind of an important one I was really able to connect with as well. So kind of realizing when you got a lot on your plate and just kind of asking for help when you need it. Accept that you can't control every situation and learn to be flexible. I know this year especially, there have just been so many things that are out of everyone's control with the pandemic. So just kind of working through some of that and accepting change and being a little bit flexible can alleviate some of that stress as well. At the start of each day, write down your list of things to do, then set reasonable priorities. That's really good. I know a lot of people who do that, whether it be like, writing down groceries you need to get, things like that. And there's also something very satisfying about marking something off of your list as you complete it. Divide big tasks into smaller, more manageable ones, so kind of breaking things up. This is really important. I know this is a lot of what Angie and Megan have been presenting on the past few weeks as well. Eating a well-balanced diet full of whole grains, fruits, and vegetables, and limiting your sugar intake. There have been numerous studies that have shown a correlation between, an unbalanced diet and stress levels. And people who eat a well-balanced diet with whole grains, fruits, and vegetables, things that are healthier for you, their stress levels have been lower than individuals who, may eat an unbalanced diet. So that's definitely a good tip. Getting plenty of sleep each night, at least 8 hours for adults is important. Including moderate exercise into each day to boost your energy level and improve your mood. And it doesn't have to be anything, too rigorous, just taking a walk each day during your lunch break, just doing something, just kind of like getting up from your environment, going outside, getting some air, walking around for a few minutes can work wonders, for helping relieve some stress. Make time for relaxation. Try listening to soothing music, meditating, gardening, playing with a pet, reading a good book, or doing whatever helps you relax. So any kind of hobbies you have, things you enjoy doing that help you to relax, try to take, some time out of your day to do those. And also avoiding tobacco, alcohol, and drugs. Because a lot of times, those can make your stress or anxiety levels worse. There's also more tips here. This is a really good one. Using mistakes and setbacks as opportunities to learn. So not allowing yourself to kind of get more stressed out if you make a mistake or something didn't work out kind of the way you had hoped. Just thinking that as like a learning tool and saying, what, now next time I can learn from that and it'll be better. So turning kind of a negative into a positive as well. If possible, say no to tasks that will be stressful for you. And just if you're at work, kind of having that conversation with your supervisor or coworkers. And also if you're feeling a lot of stress, just kind of talking to them about it, letting them know how you're feeling. And you'd be surprised how many other people may feel the same way as you. Confide in at least one friend and share your disappointments as well as achievements with them. It's always good to talk to someone that you know and trust and kind of let them know what's going on in your life because they care about you and they're there to, listen, and, you're probably someone who's there to listen to them as well. Talk things out so that minor frustrations don't build up. So stress can build. So when you do feel yourself maybe getting a little stressed about something, just go ahead and kind of talk about it and let people know, you're frustrated by it, or just let them know how you're feeling so you don't kind of have that built up emotion, because it'll always come out some way. So eliminate everyday sources of stress, such as loud music, playing, or clutter in your surroundings. And this can be a little different. Like some people may really like loud music, but I know for me, like clutter is a big thing. If I have a lot of things on my desk or a lot of things like my dog's toys are all over the floor in my house, it stresses me out even more. I'm like, I have to clean, I have to be organized. So just kind of things that are those triggers for you that cause you a little more stress and anxiety, just kind of trying to eliminate those best you can. Laughing. So laughter does incredible things for your mood, makes you feel better a lot of the time. So looking for the humor in life and taking time to have fun. So just having a good laugh, or, watching like I know one of my coworkers said the other day, they like to watch little YouTube videos during their lunch break, just something funny, something cute, whether it be like cute little animals or just something you like, and just kind of laugh and just take a couple minutes to find humor in some things. And remember, it's okay to cry. It's okay to not be okay sometimes, especially when you're feeling like you're under a lot of pressure, you have a lot of stress. And that's a very normal response to stress. Practice deep breathing. This can help a lot of people if you kind of just take a moment, take in a slow, deep breath through your nose and count to 5 or longer, if you like. Hold your breath for another 5 count and then exhale through your mouth to the count of 5. There have been numerous studies also that have shown, like taking a minute, taking a deep breath, just like getting out of your surroundings, taking a walk, things like that can really kind of help calm you down and keep you grounded if you're feeling overwhelmed. And prolonged sitting contributes to stress. So add activity to your daily routine by doing things like take the stairs instead of an elevator. If you have an opportunity to, take the stairs, get a little bit of exercise in. Sometimes I'll park a little bit further away from the building I work in just so I can get those extra steps when walking into the office. Or walking while on the phone. So if you have to make a phone call, maybe instead of taking it like inside your house or inside your office, if you have the opportunity to get up and kind of walk around outside and walk while you talk, those are all little things that can help relieve some of your stress and also help you get your steps in for the day so you can work towards your 30 minutes of exercise each day as well. I did want to share a little bit of information about pandemic stress. So there's stress, and then there is pandemic stress, which we've all, I think, become a little bit accustomed to this year. And when you're in, like something like a pandemic, fear and anxiety about a new disease and what could happen can be very overwhelming. It can cause strong emotions in both adults and children because it's something new. It's something that it's not the usual stress that you're used to dealing with, on a daily basis. And even public health actions like the 3 W's that we've kind of been promoting the past several months, such as social distancing. It can make you feel very isolated and lonely, and it can increase your stress and anxiety, even though they are, necessary to help prevent the spread of the virus. So we've tried to also let people know, like, coping with stress in a healthy way will make you, the people you care about, and your community stronger. So using kind of some of those tips that we just went over. And just to kind of reiterate, stress during an infectious disease outbreak can sometimes cause the following. It can cause fear and worry about your own health and the health of your loved ones, your financial situation or job, or loss of support services you really rely on, especially when things have been kind of shut down. A lot of people haven't been able to attend, their faith-based organizations that they usually like if they participate in any type of services, they haven't been able to do that. Haven't really been able to be around a lot of friends and family, maybe like you're used to. Sports, school, whatever, kind of your usual outlets are to give you social interaction has been very hard this year. Changes in sleep or eating patterns, difficulty sleeping or concentrating, worsening of chronic health problems, worsening of mental health conditions, increased use of tobacco and or alcohol and other substances. So those are all kind of results of pandemic stress on people. So I wanted to take time to share some mental health resources with everyone. If you know someone who is experiencing increased stress during this pandemic, there are, resources available to help. In an immediate crisis, if you have anyone who is just feeling like very severely overwhelmed and need immediate help, obviously, call 911. That is always the best option for someone who needs immediate assistance. There's also a disaster distress helpline available. You can call or text, and it's available in Spanish. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, Domestic Violence Hotline, Child Abuse Hotline, Sexual Assault Hotline. Elder Care Locator is great if you have someone of the aging population that you need to find resources for, and the Veterans Crisis Line. These are all available 24/7 for individuals who may need these resources. And we do have resources for treatment for substance use disorder and mental health. We have, noticed that unfortunately numbers, in the county have gone up, for substance misuse and things like that during this time because it's very stressful, and we want to make sure these resources are out there too for people. They're also 24/7 available. SAMHSA's National Helpline, the treatment services locator website through SAMHSA. So if you click on that, it'll take you to a map. You can enter your zip code and it'll show you treatment resources that are near you, or it'll at least be able to get you in contact with an organization that can provide you with assistance. And then there's also an interactive map of selected federally qualified health centers. That's kind of all I had. And if anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer those the best I can. And Megan, will we be able to share this PowerPoint with everyone if anyone would like any of the information?
Sure, yes, I can definitely share the PowerPoint so you can have access to the links very easily.
And I would just like to say it's been such a privilege to get to present to everyone. I really love doing presentations like this and working with Cooperative Extension to try to help everyone and just make a small impact if we can. So I do appreciate the opportunity. And I look forward to doing more in the future, in person too. So
thank you, Allison. We're so happy to have you. I do have one question.
Yeah.
I was wondering maybe if you had any tips on how to talk to family members about stress. So maybe if you notice a family member is really stressed out, some ways maybe you could help, because obviously we don't want to upset them more or too obvious that they're upset. We just want to be there for them.
Yeah, I think coming some good tips that I've kind of used as well when talking to people that I really care about, just coming from a place of compassion and doing something as simple as asking someone, how are you doing? How have you been doing throughout all of this? Or, I know things have been really different the past several months, and just also kind of sharing your feelings a little bit first can kind of help someone open up. Even if you're, I've just been really stressed out lately. The things with the pandemic and work have just kind of gotten to me a little bit. How have you been doing? And because you certainly, you don't want to come off as what's wrong with you? Why are you acting this way? But just, coming from a place of compassion and also kind of being open and vulnerable yourself can sometimes help others to open up too. So, and just letting them know some resources are available, or reaching out to a friend or family member hey, I was going to go for a walk. I've been feeling a little stressed. Would you like to come with me? Or even right now, virtual meetings, if you have family members or friends that do have some underlying health conditions, kind of scheduling some things in advance so you have something to look forward to each week. A Wednesday night, little Zoom check-in or something fun like that. It's been harder to do kind of in-person options with people, but Zoom's a great resource that's out there too, so you kind of still see someone's face and interact with them. And I have some more resources too that I can pull, and I can kind of share those with you, Megan, as well, if you'd like to forward those to the group.
Yes, definitely. Thanks for those suggestions. Does anyone else want to share maybe some ideas they have to cope with their own stress?
I liked how you said to start with questions so that it gets the other person talking.
Yeah.
I go to work to relieve my stress.
And wear a cool Santa hat. Yeah. Yeah, work is a good outlet too, just to kind of take some time to talk to your coworkers and ask them how they're doing and connect. So there are some chair exercises as well. Those are really great for people who may not be able to, go to the gym or go out and do like a lot of like intense cardio workout. I have some little pocket cards here at the health department. I'd be happy to share those. We can send those. I can send those through interdepartment mail to Cooperative Extension, so you guys can have some to give to folks too. But they're great little, like, lifting your hands above your head and kind of doing some stretches so you won't lose your balance, but at the same time you're kind of getting some of that stress relief. And I've done several of those at my desk recently too. So just trying to like move around. So those are
it kind of reminds me of yoga. Like sometimes I'll do just some yoga stretches or some, I'm always doing breathing exercises, like counting my breaths in and counting them out. That helps relieve my stress when I'm at work or with my kids or something stressing me out.
Those are great. Yeah, and I'll definitely get some of those cards over to you guys too, if you know how to get them out to other people. And
I also have a chair exercise bingo. Sometimes I play with participants. So if anyone wants to borrow it, let me know. I'd be happy to share. I've done it with kids before too, and they actually like it as well.
Oh, I love that. That sounds so fun.
It does.
I think it'd be a good one now. I didn't think about this until now, but just because of the pandemic, a lot of time if you are with students, they have to remain in their desk or in a smaller space. And of course, the seniors and adults love it because maybe they don't have to stand up or move around quite as much, because I think that does deter people from exercise sometimes, is not being able to move quite as easily.
It'd be modified to do by Zoom?
Ooh.
Probably so, actually.
That would be fun. Maybe a pre-recorded video to share with everybody, kind of demonstrating it. That's fun.
Sounds like a new YouTube video.
Yeah. I would love to partner for that.
Okay, I will definitely let you know, because we have all the video equipment, so I think that would be fun.
That would be fun.
Does everybody get a bingo card?
Yes, there were bingo cards to pass out to everyone, which I'm sure I could make an online version or scan it so that way we could send it out to people.
That sounds like a great idea.
It sounds like that party we're not allowed to have, we can have by Zoom.
Okay.
I think one of the things that stress relieving for me is, well, worry is a stressor. Like, worry is a big stressor for a lot of people. So just that breathe, so when you combine breathing in and like, opening my heart and I breathe out, I'm letting go of worry or I'm letting go of anger, that kind of thing.
Oh, yes.
Really helpful to me. It's letting go of worry. Being outside, I think that's huge, is getting out in the air and the sun.
I agree, and we're lucky we live so close to the beach, most of us, so that's always been a good stress relief for me, is even to just look at the beach. For some reason, it always seems to relax me a little more. And now, although technology can be a stressor for many, there are a lot of perks. There's plenty of apps, free apps on your phone that help with that meditation and those breathing techniques. So it is nice to have such quick access to things like that.
This probably sounds a little silly, but I like to play video games to reduce my stress, or like watch, light felt movies or something during the holidays. Just spend time with family. That always helps too. Unless your family's the one stressing you out, then sometimes it's good to take a break, but
No.
most of the time, spending time with family always helps get rid of my stress personally. So that's something I like to do.
Maybe planning stress-free activities with your family.
Hey, there you go. Like bingo, like chair bingo.
I think with you guys that are on a lot of Zoom meetings, I know some of you have more than others. that maybe putting in those few exercises at each meeting would be a good thing to do. Like maybe you could talk to your supervisors. I think Mark Lee, I don't know if he's still here, but you know, that y'all could do exercises at staff meetings or, you know, any programs you do. A couple
Make
things.
that part of a wellness policy for our workplace.
Yeah, yeah, because I mean, Zoom, you know, just having constant Zoom meetings is stressful, way more than going to meetings, I would say. You get burnt out. You could come up like just a couple movements or a couple breaths or everyone stand up or something. I know you guys, Brunswick can do this. I know that you guys will be the leaders in the leaders at the fitness meetings.
Yeah, those are great ideas. And I have seen a lot of Zooms or webinars recently. A lot of people start by doing some kind of check-in. And I've seen the silliest one, maybe someone else has too. It's like pictures of different sheep. And you're supposed to say which sheep you are today. And there's some that are happy and some that have like messy hair. So maybe they're a little stressed out that day. So it was kind of a fun way to just talk about how you're doing, engage everyone in the conversation. But of course, it was kind of anonymous too. So it was nice.
Did you talk about laughter? Was that part of what you said, Allison? Was that one of the things, the funny things, or
Yep.
that's huge too, you know?
Yeah, finding the humor in something. I know after a good laugh, I always feel better. So
Sure.
very.
Something that I teach water fitness a couple days a week, and something I've added to it. It came from a coworker, a coworker that's a fitness trainer. He sent me the 10 happiest ever songs.
Oh, I saw them.
Yeah, they did. I mean, this is like legitimate research out of Britain that they looked at the beat and beats per minute and the chords and all of that. And they studied all these songs, and these are the 10 happiest ever songs. Granted, they have a little bit of an English British flair, but you know what? You play them and everybody in the pool starts to smile.
Wow.
That is awesome.
I'll look that up.
What are some of the songs, Cheryl?
Good Vibrations, the Beach Boys, ABBA, Dancing Queen. But I could even tell you, I got them all. There's a couple.
Share them.
They're all
Pardon me?
oldies. Aren't there any newbies?
No, most of them are old. Hold on, there's a couple that are a little newer, not tremendously newer.
That's why all the people in your class like them.
Well, that's true too. That's probably part of the deal. I got happiest songs ever. Hold on.
For real. The happy.
Walking on Sunshine,
Oh,
Don't Stop Me Now, Uptown Girl,
Oh,
Eye of the Tiger, Living on a Prayer, I Will Survive, Good Vibrations, I'm a Believer. A lot of them are older.
They're classics because I feel like I know a lot of those. That's like what my parents will listen to. So, I mean, that kind of reminds me of like happy childhood memories too. No, that's a good compliment.
Yeah. I did add a Pharrell Williams to it. So, hey.
Nice.
good. That's what I was going to say. That's my favorite happy song.
Clap along.
I did add that one.
yeah, I think TV, like my mom used to like watch these shows, these, you know, murder mystery kind of, you know, bad, you know, just bad people kind of shows. And I'd say, Mom, you need to watch comedies, you know, that's enough to make you really depressed. There's enough of bad stuff going on than to watch that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Seek out funny movies or
Something light.
not light, right.
I think I tend to watch the same shows over and over again because they're very stress-free to me. And Noah will tell you, he's my husband on the call today. I have seen some of the same shows 10 times, and I'll just watch them over and over again, like Friends and Gilmore Girls. I love that show. I've seen the whole thing so many times, and I don't know, to me, it's, I guess, because I know what's going to happen. There's no stress in it. I will share if anyone is interested. I would say since the pandemic started, at least the past 6 months, there has been a collaborative effort between NC Cooperative Extension and Virginia Cooperative Extension to bring this Balancing Life series. So I'm gonna post the link here. I think it might have 30 recordings of some webinars like this. And there's all kinds of different topics, whether it's finances, relationships, healthy eating, managing stress. If you have teenagers at home, how to talk with them about the pandemic and manage that new, like, homebound feeling. There's self-care. There are some racial discussions as well, and talking about that racial healing. So you may find some of them very interesting.
All the ones I've listened to are really, really informative.
You should check it out. Those are my old peeps.
Well, I guess I'll kind of wrap us up for today. If anybody has any last thoughts or final things to share, feel free. But we do have 2 more sessions left, and they're both going to be really great. So encourage your friends to come. Jeannie from the Brunswick Fitness and Aquatic Center is going to be here next week. She's probably going to make us do some of those chair exercises we were talking about, but she will be talking about some exercise and also some of the things that the Brunswick Fitness Center can offer. They have a lot of great memberships, and especially for seniors and other things, there's lots of deals, and you can go for free and try it out and lots of other things. And then Deb is going to be the following week. We are getting ready to start a Med Instead of Meds program, hopefully end of January, February time in 2021. It's going to be really great. So she's going to kind of introduce us to what Med Instead of Meds is, that Mediterranean style diet, and how it can benefit our health. And then we'll move on to our program from there. So I really appreciate you all being here today and your continued support of our Holiday Lunch and Learn and just the FCS programs.
Thank you, Megan.
Thanks for having us.